Assalamu alaikum my viewers, good morning to all. This is Zainab and welcome back to my channel Historical Discussion. Please subscribe my channel those who haven't subscribed it yet, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notification about my latest video. Since 3 days I have been discussing about Mughal dynasty. Since 2 days I have been discussing about Babur. Since it's a very lengthy discussion, it's a very lengthy topic, that is why the discussion has been extended. But today I'm going to wrap up about discussing Babur. So this my today's video is all about, this is the last video for Babur. It's all about his character and achievement. As you can see, important points have been jotted down. Character and achievement of Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur. Babur is one of the most interesting figures in the whole range of medieval history, that means middle history. Both the modern and contemporary historians shower great praises on him. It has been pointed out by his cousin Mirza Haider. Babur was adorned with various virtues and clad with numberless excellences. According to Dr. Vincent Adam Smith, he is the most brilliant Asiatic prince of his age and worth of a high place among the sovereigns of any age or country. Again, it has been pointed out by Lane Pole, Babur is perhaps the most captivating personality in Oriental history. So the first point which we are going to discuss about Babur is Babur as a man, a great captivating personality. As a man, Babur had various qualities to his credit. Physically, he was very strong and well built. His physical strength was so great that it is said that with one man under each arm, just listen to me carefully, his physical strength was so great that it is said that with one man under each arm, that means two men at a time, with one arm under each arm, he could run on the rampart of the Agra fort without the least inconvenience or risk. He was powerful as well as skillful hunter, a great rider, a first-rate swimmer. He was so fond of hunting that even in the coldest winter, he rode. I'm talking about the past form of ride. He rode long distances in search of his game. He was so accustomed to horse riding that he could never long distances on horseback without the least fatigue. About his efficiency in swimming, Babur himself written, I had crossed by swimming every river I had met, except only the Ganga. Once I swam across the river Ganga for amusement's sake. I counted my strokes and found that he swam over in 35 strokes. Babur was a great lover of nature and keenly appreciated in beauties and charms. Blooming gardens, green and bubbling books greatly delighted him. He possessed great will power and was cheerful under all misfortunes. According to Dr. Ishwari Prasad, no distress of misfortune could disturb his equanimity, and whether on the field of battle or on the edge of a precipice in the hilly country, he moved forward with a merry heart. He was very loyal to his king's men and faithful to his friends. He was a dutiful son, a faithful husband, and an affectionate father. He was fond of drinking and sometimes he drank too much, but too much, but not like his son. Humayun was, but not like his son, because Humayun was not a slave to this habit. I'm talking about the drinking habit. After the Battle of Khanwa, he gave up all his habit altogether. He was a staunch Sunni Mussalman, but his treatment with the Hindus was much better than those of the Delhi Sultans. So as I discuss, according to my discussion, Babur was a great man. He had a great captivating personality. Next point is all about Babur, a brave soldier and a great general. So our next point is all about Babur as a brave soldier and a great general. Babur was a born soldier and a great military genius. He was a daring and fearless and possessed great strength of body and will. He was an admirable horseman, a good swordsman, and a fine shot. He was daring as well as courageous. Even defeats and misfortunes failed to bend him and crush his dauntless courages. He possessed all the qualities of a successful military leader. He knew how to lead his men and also how to suffer with them in times of danger and difficulties. He commanded the absolute loyalty of his soldiers who were He commended the absolute loyalty of his soldiers who were ever prepared to sacrifice everything for the sake of their leader. He was a first-rate speaker and could easily infuse courage into the hearts of his overawed and homesick soldiers. Because of his long struggle with the diverse people of Central Asia, he had come to know the latest war techniques and various systems of warfare which stood him in good stead later in his struggle with the Indians. He was one of the first Asian rulers to make an effective use of artillery. It was because of his good generalship that he won wonderful victories against powerful adversaries in India, and within a short span of 4 years he brought the whole of northern India under his sway, that means under his control. It was really no mean achievement to become the king of Kabul as well as of Hindustan from a wanderer and a homeless exile, isn't it? Next is all about a great soldier and a literary man. Babur was a great scholar as well as a literary man. Babur's fame rests not only on his personal merits and great qualities of a military genius, but also on his literary pursuits. He himself was a scholar of great merit and held literary men in great esteem. He had mastery both over Turki and Persian language. His memoirs, or we can say autobiography in Turki language, which has immortalized his name, is second to none in style and subject matter. It has been pointed out by Dr. Lane Pohl, the utter frankness and self-revelation, the unconscious portraiture of all his virtues and follies, his obvious truthfulness and fine sense of humor give the memoirs of this prince of autobiographies an authority which is equal to their charm. Babur, his empire, and the great dynasty founded by him are no more, but the record of his life, or we can say autobiography, is still there to remind us of the greatness of the founder of the great Mughal dynasty in India. He was an accomplished poet and a fine singer. It is said that he would often break off in the middle of a story to quote a verse, and even in the midst of difficulties, he would find leisure to compose an ode or a poem on his misfortune. He was a keen observer who excelled in depicting the scenes amidst which he moved and in portraying the person whom he knew. He was also adept in describing countries, their climate, and their peculiar geographical features. He was in fact a soldier scholar. Soldier of fortune as he was, remarks by Dr. Lane Pohl, Babur was not less than a man of literary taste. Okay, next is Babur as an administrator and empire builder. Definitely, he was an empire builder who built up one of the mightiest and great dynasty in India. Babur was no doubt a successful general and a soldier of fortune and also an accomplished scholar, but he failed as an administrator and an empire builder. He had neither the time nor the capacity of setting the administrative machinery, yes, of the state on some sound footing. During his reign of only 4 years, he was too much occupied with wars and conquest to devote any serious attention to the administrative organization of his vast dominion. That means Babur had just laid down the foundation of Mughal empire, and the rest was done by his by his successors. According to him, Babur got a good deal of time after the Battle of Khanwa, which was held in 1527 AD, which he wasted in the construction work at Agra and in merrymaking. In fact, he was a conqueror and not only constructive genius, remarks by Dr. P. Saran. He allowed the old and out of date institution to remain and made no attempt in replacing them with new and up to date machinery. He distributed all his empire among his various chiefs and officials who carried on the work of administration in their own peculiar way. So, as a result, consequently, his vast empire lacked any unity and cohesion. The work of consolidation did not go hand in hand with his conquest, and this is why one modern writer has remarked, what he had left undone was of greater importance than what he had done. Mere conquest of territories was not enough for a stabilized empire. Nothing was done in reforming the revenue system, and the judicial administration continued to be as haphazard as it was before. Nothing was done for the welfare of the public, and consequently, the heart of the nation was never won by him. He also did not prove a great financier because of his lavish generosity and blind distribution of wealth. He wasted away the immense wealth that he had acquired from Delhi and Agra. In this way, he left a financial deficit which proved an accursed legacy for his son as well as successor Humayun. That poor fellow had to suffer a lot. We are talking about Humayun. He had to suffer a lot from the effects of financial breakdown. In fact, Babur had created such a system of administration which could not work in times of war as well. It has been pointed out by Professor Rushbrook Williams. Babur entrusted to his son a monarchy which could be held together only by continuous nuance of war condition, which in times of peace was weak, structureless and invertebrate, that means weak or irresolute. In this way, Babur cannot be regarded as a real architect of the Mughal empire in India, but it was he who laid down the very foundation of Mughal dynasty in India by his conquest. It has been pointed out by Lane Pole, no architect of empire, yet he laid the first stone of the splendid fabric which his grandson Akbar completed. Okay, now the death of Babur. We have come to the last important topic which is related to Babur, his death. What happened to him? How did he die? Babur died on 26th December. That means one day after Christmas. Interesting. Babur died on 26th December 1530. Just after 4 years laid down the foundation of great Mughal empire. When he was hardly 48 years old. That means at the age of 40 he laid down the foundation of Mughal empire in India. Remember it. He died on 26 December 1530 when he was hardly 48 years old. There is a good deal of controversy over the cause of Babur's death. According to one version, it is said that in the summer of 1530 AD, his son Humayun fell seriously ill at Agra. Babur was suggested that his son could only recover if Babur was prepared to sacrifice his most valuable possession, and Babur's own life was most valuable possession for him. So he got himself ready to sacrifice it for the sake of his son. Then Babur walked 3 times round the bed of Humayun and prayed to God to transfer the disease of his son to him. It is said that Babur's prayer was granted. Yes, it is said that Babur's prayer was granted. Humayun soon began to recover and his condition began to change from bad to worse, and ultimately he died on 26 December 1530 AD. But it has been pointed out by many modern historians like Professor S.S. Sharma. They do not agree with this. According to them, Babur died about 6 months after the recovery of Humayun, and that too because of that poison which was given to Babur by the mother of Ibrahim Lodi. In accordance with his last wish, Babur's body was taken to Kabul, and there he was buried in a garden on a hill surrounded by sweet smelling flowers and the cool running stream. So, controversial, but still history is all about mystery. Okay, that's all for today, my viewers. Today I have completed this topic. Inshallah, we'll be back with the next great Mughal empire, Humayun, soon. By that time, take care, stay at home, stay safe. Allah Hafiz.